So the doctor, the midwife, is cutting using a scalpel to cut in between the vagina, like from the vagina hadi kwa anus. Si ati inakatwa yote, in between from the vagina ikiteremshwa kwa anus. It creates Hello guys, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Joy and this is Part of Lifestyle by Joy, brought to you by your one and amazing Joy. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. Of course, I promise it's going to be an interesting one, guys. Thank you so much for the returning subscribers. If you've not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe right away so that you're going to be getting this and more of these interesting videos to come. So guys, today I want us to talk about something amazing. I want to educate all of you of something that happens and is rarely talked about. Guys, there are things that do happen during delivery, as you can see by the title today, things that happen during delivery and are rarely talked about. Yes, I want us to talk about those things today in our YouTube channel, guys. So guys, I want us to get right away into the video and get to know nini hizi hufanyika watu wakizalisha, ama watu wakizaa, like what happens to you, what is told to you before that time comes, and what is not told to you. Leo tunaongelea zenye ziko rarely talked about, zenye hata wewe mwenyewe ukisikia, I'm sure they're going to be shocking you, because personally I heard of these things from a blog I saw somewhere. Like hapo ndo nilijulia some of this do happen, and I've done more of this research, and it's like hizi vitu are real. These things do happen and we do not know anything about this, guys. So today I want us to know about this, because of course I've interacted with some of my friends and they were like, these things do happen and we don't know about this. What if your time ikuja alafu niamue kwenda the other way around? The other way around, of course, is yes, as you all know. So guys, I want us to get right away into the video, get to know what are these that do happen that are rarely talked about, guys, and I'm here to educate you guys. You can also educate me and educate all the other fans of mine in my comment section. Tell us about more of this that maybe happens yenye sijasema ama yenye sitasema. Make us understand whether it is true. If you have an experience of this, tell us it is true. Juu yenyewe hizi mambo ziko, and we have to wait for this, guys. So guys, let's get into our videos right away. I want to start by telling you that I want to pose this like a question to tujue vile tunazichambua. So guys, did you know there is bone movements during delivery? Like mifupa inasonga, yani inacheza cheza na huko ndani. I don't know how to explain this, but these women do have very incredible bodies. Can you imagine? Movement of bones, you're trying to push out someone into the world, and all this is happening, and you have to bear with this all because you want the person to be in the world, like to call a baby, to call a daughter, a son, or my twins, my triplets. So these things, guys, do happen. There is bone movement during delivery. Mifupa inasonga ukizaa, like apart from uterus expanding and the other organs shifting during pregnancy, bones pia zina move ndio ziallow baby kichwa mtoi kupita, baby azaliwe akiwa healthy, and baby atoke tu without injuries, because there are still injuries. There are injuries that do happen to babies during delivery. I'll be doing a video of that separately, and I'll be telling you how this happens, guys. So yes, bones do move during delivery. They do move, like I think shifting, maybe the pelvic sijui to expand ndio kichwa ipite ama, but there's a shifting of the bones during delivery. So you can imagine kama mtu vunjika mkono ama mguu anasikia hivyo, mfupa ya mkono ikivunjika, can imagine now the way you feel when your bones are shifting to allow someone's head to come out of you. So that is it, guys. Bones do shift during delivery. You can tell us more of this, and if you know how this happens, because I searched na nikaona bones zinatembea manzi. Ukizaa lazima bones zisonge create mtu yapite, you understand? So kitu mzuri tu niombe ombe sana asikuwe mkubwa, but I understand if the baby is too big in a way that he or she will hurt the mom akitoka, there is always an option for CS. So guys, that's what happens during the bone movements of the mom and so on, to allow the baby to come out. I also realized that organs open wide, like during delivery, organs open wide to allow baby to come out, like the cervix, which is the lower part of the uterus, of course, opens into the vagina. In a dilate. Kudilate ni do we call this? I don't know if you have heard someone saying, like, I'm in a labor and maybe a friend of yours unamcall and she's like, nime dilate 2 centimeters. Ama nime open up 2 centimeters, something of that sort. Like inaendanga from, is it 1 to 10 centimeters? Yeah. So maybe anakwambia sasa niko 2 centimeters, nimefika 5, nimefika 6, and finally I'm 10. So that is the expanding. In expanding, you cervix ina dilate, expand and kupanuka from 1 centimeter to 10, ndio allow mtu aweze kupita, like the head of the baby to pass through without even any injuries, of course. So I guess this is one thing that causes labor, like hizo labor because inakuanga the contractions when the cervix is trying to dilate to create room for the baby to come out and travel all the way from the uterus through the vagina into the world. So guys, this is it guys. That is the opening. That is how the opening happens. It opens and dilates to 10 centimeters, from 1 to 10 centimeters, to allow the baby to come out. He or she is brought to the world, and maybe you give the name to the baby, and so on and so on. So guys, you can imagine this opening and the labor story from 1 to 10 centimeters. So kabla ufike 10 utakuwa umeitana, yani kitakuwa kimeumana ile mbaya, because there must be a lot of pain when this is happening, because muscles are pulling each other and here and there. But this is to allow the baby to come out anyway, so we have no option if you go with natural birth, because this has to happen guys. So yeah, that's it. And another thing that shocked me a lot, that I did not even believe that this would happen to someone. I'm like, of course during delivery you've had someone maybe ametia, and in most cases also was tear. Let me educate someone. Maybe there's someone who doesn't know, because there was a time I didn't know, by the way. I just got educated recently, but hiyo nilikuwa najua at least before zingine zinishock, that during delivery, like natural giving birth naturally without CS, there is a tear that happens in between the vagina and the anus, and this has to be stitched immediately the baby is out. But now, apart from that, something else shocked me so much. Can you imagine a woman who is delivering, like time ya kudeliver imefika? This is what happens. The doctor or the midwife sometimes si kila time, but I think in most cases nimeanza kuzisikia, like say nike imekuwa kila mtu anakatiwa. I said this guys, I gave you the answer. So the doctor, the midwife is cutting, using a scalpel to cut in between the vagina, like from the vagina hadi kwa anus. Si ati inakatwa yote, in between from the vagina ikiteremshwa kwa anus. It creates space, like ndio baby aweze ku come out easily and faster. Inakatiwa during birth, ina make opening ya vagina inakuwa wider, kwa lo baby come out through the vagina easily and faster, I guess, without injuries. And funny enough, or painful enough, do I say painful enough because I feel like this must be so painful. Ladies do go through a lot, of course, and this shocked me. It even makes me feel like going through another way that I didn't ever think of I would. But all in all, sisi wa kwanza, we're going to be surviving this if the rest did when that time comes. So what shocked me enough was the cut is done when you're feeling the pain. Yani, it is time to deliver. It is after a labor of maybe some hours that you can't imagine them rewinding back again. You can't even want to think of them again. After all that labor, it's now time to deliver. Of course, you're still in pain. And more pain is added to you because the cut is done without any, maybe sindano ya kukuzuia usihisi uchungu or something. Like the cut is done you're feeling the pain, you know. According to my research, the cut is done when you're feeling the pain. And now it's time to pushing, which comes with a lot of pressure. So you can imagine you have been cut, you have to push, you might tear after pushing, after being cut. Guys, this is something incredible. I guess this is why Mother's Day, I now understand why Mother's Day is so special. It's most celebrated iko hadi kwa calendar. I have tried to look for Father's Day in the calendar, nimekosa. I'm like, why? But now I get to understand this because hey, Spain, mnaona vile they deserve even more, they deserve better, and they deserve the best. I don't even know how to describe that, because if this is what happens to them, these people are our heroes. You can just imagine. Even circumcision is not that painful, if I might say, because in circumcision there's a medicine that is used to prevent one from feeling the pain as he is being cut. But during the cut that is done during delivery, no repercussions, just bear with the pain, because you have to bring someone into this world. That is how difficult it is to bring someone into this world. After laboring, you get cut, you push, you tear, you are stitched. You have to be stitched after all that, because of course, you can imagine, guys, there has to be a stitch after all that. So this stitch is done after the cut or tear. It is stitched together using dissolvable stitches after birth, immediately after birth. Like this is done immediately after birth, maybe after placenta imetolewa and all that. So now after birth there has to be stitching, which is done by, I don't know, they are called dissolvable stitches or something of that sort. So yes, there has to be stitching. You can imagine now it's delivery time, labor. You have to labor, you get cut, you push, you tear, you're stitched. This is how much Mother's Day has to be more important than it is, because even I feel like, hey, you just heard what I just told you. That is how much this thing is. I'm not even imagining this has to happen to most of us ladies, but do we have an option? And so now I want to talk about something else, something different from that. This is about the breakage of water, the breaking of water. Of course, you've heard that water can break. It's now time to deliver. Time has reached to, is it to labor? Yeah, it's delivery time. See, it's the process of delivery. So yeah, water sometimes breaks and maybe you don't understand that it has broken, because it doesn't have to tap out with pressure, you know, you understand. Like maybe you can expect, like it's now almost time to deliver. When water breaks, it has to tap out like water, and it has to flow like mtu ndo ajue sasa it's time to deliver, it's time to labor or something of that sort. It doesn't have to come out with pressure. It can be maybe a leakage, something of a leak, like maybe a leakage ile tu kidogo and you're not understanding that this is water breaking. Maybe you think that it's maybe even urine or something of that sort, but when water breaks, it doesn't have to come out with pressure. Like it can be drops by drops, like maybe for some time. It can happen for days. or even weeks. That is according to my research. It can happen for days and weeks. It doesn't have to come out pressure. It can come out by drop, or just like a leakage, and maybe you can assume this. So this is to tell you that any change you see in your body that you feel like, I this can be it, but it's not it, it's advisable to visit your gynecologist and get to know what is happening, whether the baby is okay, whether you're okay. If you're told you're okay, well and good, you can go back home and wait for your due date. But guys, if you see such an maybe a sign or symptom, is it a sign and symptom? Like if you see such a sign, get to see your gynecologist, get to know what the problem is, get to know if you are okay, get to know if the baby is okay. And yeah guys, this is it. It doesn't have to come out with pressure, as I told you. So it can come out by leakage, and maybe you can end up assuming, because you have to see. The reason as to why you have to get to see a gynecologist immediately is because this can cause infection. If your water breaks for too long, it can cause an infection. And why should you get an infection if you had time and the chance to prevent getting the infection? So guys, when this happens, just go right away, go see your gynecologist, get to know what's wrong, if you're okay, if the baby is okay, and all that. Now I want to talk about our last but not least thing that happens. There are many of these that happens, but this is where I did my research up to. This is where my research ends for today. I can do more of this, but let's get into our last thing that I have here with me today. So guys, I want you to understand that you can end up pooping on table, and this which is very okay, pooping on table. And it sounds funny to some of you, but yes, this can happen, and you have no apologies to anyone when this happens, because it is normal. Remember, when you decide to go with natural, you have to push out a human being into this world, and so the pushing comes with a lot of pressure. That of course anything can happen from your body. Of course unatumia pressure to excrete, yani ni kama una excrete the baby, you are removing the baby and una push out the baby from you. So you can imagine the lot of pressure you're using. So the pressure can apply in any of your excretion parts, and this can happen. Like you can poop on table. Okay, when I say poop on table, I don't mean you poop on the table, of course. I mean the delivery bed. Like you're now delivering, you're now pushing, you're using a lot of pressure. You can end up pooping, and the nurses totally understand this, because it is very normal. They understand you're using a lot of pressure. And yeah guys, this happens, and you don't have to get embarrassed when it happens, because it is very normal to happen to anyone during this time. It may or may not happen, but in case it happens, because it's not a must, this happens to everybody, because I understand if you've done this before, I understand maybe you have done this or maybe you have not. I'm not saying it's like a must for this to happen. It may happen, and in case it happens, you have no apologies to anyone, baby girl, because this is very normal. You're using a lot of pressure in your body to push out a human being into this world. So guys, that has been it. These are the things that are rarely talked about during delivery. Like most of us didn't know that some of this do happen, and now I just educated you guys. I want you to understand that these things do happen, guys. And here we have come to the end of our video. Guys, share this information to your friends, share it to your sisters. If you are a girl, get to know that these things do happen. Get ready for this, guys, because of course I'm not trying to scare you. I was trying to educate you. I want you to know what to expect when this time comes, rather than you going that day to the hospital and you're told this has to happen, and you're there up and down, you're stressed all over. You're not supposed to get stressed when you're pregnant. So guys, I wanted to educate you, because I love you, because I care about your health. I care about whoever you'll be carrying in you, of course, these beautiful creatures. So to avoid hurting them because of maybe getting stressed or thinking of any other thing to do, maybe depression, or even thinking of committing suicide at this point, that is why I decided to educate my fellow girls. And to my boys, I want you to understand that I want you to share this information to your sisters, to your girlfriends, to your friends, and let them know, let them understand that these things do happen during delivery. Let them be ready, let them be aware of this. The time ikifika wasishtukie, and they'll be like, why didn't someone not tell me this happens before I got myself into this situation? So guys, this is what happens. There are rarely things that are rarely talked about during delivery. And guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you love this, give it a thumbs up guys, and do not forget to subscribe if you haven't. Share this video to your friends. Share into the comment section. Tell us anything we've left out or anything you want to know more. We are here to educate each other and learn together guys. So guys, this has been an amazing time with you guys, and I'm so thankful for you, my viewer, for taking your time today to come and watch me, and I cannot wait to do this again with you guys. So guys, thank you for watching. Bye bye.